my god. Okay, Smart Boys are back.
Smart Boys are back for episode Who Gives a Fuck?
Yeah, who knows? What is
I could place this
13,000? Who fucking knows? But Smart Boys are now the Free Boys. We are free.
Free state.
Free state from the tyranny.
The tyranny
of our where we used to work.
We both used to work at the place.
We're not going to say its name.
We could say its name.
Let's not toss shade, as the kids are saying.
I would like to use vague descriptions of the events that happened.
We'll call it Vague Store.
Vague Store. Hey, the initials work. Vague Store.
Vague Store.
Yeah. Good old Vague Store.
So,
two things happened. First of all, I put in my 2 weeks anyway because I was quitting.
Which made me sad. Because I was planning on quitting, but let's just say I didn't quit, but I no longer work there. You guys can kind of work out what happened.
I'm guaranteeing that most of our viewers know who you are and know your personal life.
They know my.
We have a small fan base.
I would like, but
you know what? I want to give a shout out to the future fans, the ones that come back to the old episodes. They're like, I want to marathon the Smart Boys.
Smart Boys,
all 250 episodes.
They're gonna have themselves an SBM. Oh, that is.
I'm looking 5 years into the future where I've already switched to being a woman. No, we're already past the point. The drama's over.
You're playing that 4D chess.
I'm playing 4D chess. You know, you ever see that movie Life?
With Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Yes, I love that movie.
That's 4D chess, the movie.
They call me all jangling.
That's it. I actually not seen that movie.
I love that movie.
I've seen it. It was a very long time ago.
Oh,
and
man.
I get it mixed up with Bowfinger, but I've seen Bowfinger recently.
Bowfinger's my favorite movie.
It's your favorite comedy?
Favorite comedy. Have we talked about it on the show? I'm sure we have.
I don't think we talked about it on the thing.
Bowfinger is the funniest fucking movie ever made.
If we're giving a shout out, do you know specifically where we can stream Bowfinger?
No.
There's no streaming sites available?
I think if you have Amazon Prime Video, you could probably pay for it. I don't think it's available for free anywhere yet.
So go get your DVD copies.
It is not on Blu-ray. I can tell you for a fact that it's not on Blu-ray.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
There's always that lapse where things on Blu-ray are not like... They either come out on Blu-ray or don't have a good... run.
Yeah.
Like, the original Dawn of the Dead, which cannot be printed anymore because of some reason with legality.
Wait, the original one?
The original Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, Dawn.
Dawn of the Dead. Okay. The original Dawn of the Dead, the original George Romero classic, it is in limbo with the property. They cannot reprint DVDs, they cannot print new Blu-rays. They printed the Blu-ray once, and then since it fell into limbo, the Blu-ray got really expensive, which sucks for me.
I was just going to bring up a fact that something similar happened to me, although the movie Escape from L.A.
The movie Escape from L.A. I've only seen about in the past 2 years. I saw it on Netflix, which means it's available. Yeah. It's out there.
It's not a good movie. I'll tell you that much.
I won't put it down, because I like John Carpenter movies, and I like Kurt Russell action movies, and it's a shitty follow-up to Escape from New York, which is one of the best 80s action movies, but it's fine. I like Steve Buscemi in it. He's funny, comic relief. But we're not talking about.
I recently purchased that on Blu-ray through Vakestock. Apparently, the Blu-ray release is out of print. Mm-hmm. So our store had it listing used for $8.
Yeah.
On eBay. Blu-ray copies are selling from anywhere from like $50 to $80.
Yeah,
and one store in the company had it, and I special ordered it. So
I was going to do that similar with Dawn of the Dead, because the Blu-ray release on the inventory of the store we used at only is $8, just like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I really want that movie, but then the director's cut edition, which had all 4 versions on DVD, came in. I'm like, well, I might as well buy that.
All 4 versions.
So that. Dawn of the Dead has a very storied history of how it released and what happened. I don't know the specifics, but I will recommend a video that told me all about it. If anybody knows,
oh god, no,
you probably know Red Letter Media, who does the Half in the Bag and Blanket reviews.
Blanket.
One of my favorite channels. They did a review, just like a straight review of Dawn of the Dead, and that came out back in October. And most of the review is just them talking about like what happened to the movie with its release. And there's a censored version for theatrical, there's an uncensored version, there's an international version which added 2 scenes, and then there's a director's cut version that came to DVD exclusively in that set, and that's pretty much it. There's like small added to it, it gives context for things that don't make sense in the theatrical release, and the international release has I think a different twist on the ending.
Is Dawn of the Dead... Now, I should know this because I do... Actually, I don't really like horror movies. Is Dawn of the Dead the one with the talking zombie? Or is that Day?
That's Day of the Dead. That's with Bub the Zombie. That's the one George Romero, I think, outright just owns.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have any issue with publishing that one. Because once Dawn of the Dead came out, people were like, oh, we'll fund your movie. Because Dawn of the Dead... Ooh, God... Like, I forget who published it, but I remember the distributing was done by someone big close to Universal. It was like a Universal, like, off-brand. I could be incorrect about this, but there's so much shit that goes on with old movies
Smart
like
boys
that.
can't know everything.
It's like Evil Dead, how half of it is owned by Sony, and half of it is owned by a different company, Universal, because they have Army of Darkness. They actually produced the movie. So... when making the series Ash vs. Evil Dead, they can't reference certain things in Army of Darkness because Universal owns it, and Sony's the one footing the bill for the series on Starz.
That's ridiculous.
Because it's interesting. I honestly, that's one of my favorite things about films and like games and stuff like that. It's just like, because with music you don't get too much of that. At the most, an artist will be outspoken about like, I can't produce music without this company or this person.
Yeah, well, you think of Prince and stuff.
And people fight about that. But with movies, it's kind of silent because once a movie's out, like the directors don't really fight for it unless they're not getting their pay.
Yeah.
Because they're usually paid right when the project's done. They get a couple royalties, and then after that, it's like cut off from them.
You want points on the back end, is what the kids are calling it.
Yeah. So
what were we talking about? Oh, Vague Stock.
It was Vague Store.
Vague Store.
You're kind of giving more away.
Oops.
And by the end of this, you're going to start saying the full name. I mean, people who know us knew where we were.
Oh, yeah, we're giving a shout-out to our list. Let's give a shout-out to Shane.
Shane?
Shane loves us.
Shane loves us.
Hi, Shane. How you doing, buddy?
Shane is a potential future guest, so check
I
out
would love to have Shane. Shame on Shane for not being a guest yet.
Because he lives far away.
Well, yeah.
He's a busy man.
Is he?
He takes busy things.
He's a busy man with a busy schedule. He's got a busy life. He's like a bee. But yeah, so Anders,
myself,
left on his own terms.
I did.
Big Daddy over here
did not leave on his own terms.
Big Daddy did not leave on his own terms. Big Daddy was going to put his 2 weeks in, but
you technically did. You said vaguely you would leave.
I did tell the boss man that I was planning on leaving once. He started, basically the company got bought out by another company, and from the top down, everyone's just getting, like, shat on. Like, the managers are under a lot of pressure from the district managers are under a lot of pressure from the vice president, and basically all that shit is, like, compounding. And me, at my level, I feel like I'm afforded some responsibilities where I kind of should be able to do what I gotta do. And because I get my fucking work done. I get the work done.
Yeah.
But I don't need to be monitored.
Let's just say they're a little too strict, but Mike, you definitely took some liberties.
Yeah, I took a little bit.
I've been friends with most of my bosses and my managers who, like, in my division. And my last job that I left on my own terms, my boss, like, basically a guy at the same level as you, the same time I left, he got fired as well. Because, like, he got the work done. He got the work done, had very little complaints for the high up, but he took some liberties with that.
Yeah.
And it caught up to him. They're just like, he was leaving anyway, but they were just like, well, we're firing you because of this. And
it was just certain people, basically, I'm thinking about it. Some people would like, all right, I got in trouble for leaving the store. And I do leave the store. But I don't leave when it's busy. I don't leave when there's customers and whatnot. I leave when for like 5 minutes to go outside. And what had happened was, during the time that I was out of the store, there were still employees at my level, on the floor. Mm-hmm. Somebody had broken into one of our display cases and stole like a fatty 250 gig Xbox.
But you didn't hear from us.
You didn't hear from us.
You did and didn't.
You did and didn't.
I don't really care.
So, because I wouldn't have been able to stop it anyway, because where we were keeping that goddamn Xbox, I can't see from where I was supposed to be. It's literally, it's on the other side of a fucking wall. So it's not like I was going to be able to stop this gentleman. We didn't have tags in the Xbox anyway, so it's not like the thing fucking beeped. The dude just, got out, and there's other employees there, and they didn't get in fucking trouble, but because I had been warned about leaving the store, it was like a perfect storm of him being like, you're done.
Just to give people some context if they don't know, this store is in a mall, so like when he's saying leaving the store, he means like going on the outside and like for a break. It's not like a Best Buy where it's like in a fucking plaza and he's leaving the plaza.
Yeah, no,
it's a mall.
I'm within 10
You're
feet
within
of
the building of the mall
Yeah.
at most points, and sometimes outside for a smoke break.
But I was gonna quit anyway because of this. It's gotten to the point where every little thing that I was doing was getting like scrutinized, and which is fine, but also I'm doing good things which are being completely ignored.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the last time somebody said to me, "Hey, good job." Like it's not like I need constant reaffirmation or constant like praise. It's just for once maybe say, "Hey, good job, Mike." Like that would have been cool. But with the stress that my people above me were having, it was like, dude, fucking relax. Like the store is fine, and you're treating me like a fucking puppy that you have to monitor. Like I'm a manager here. Like I don't need you to be on my back 24/7 while I'm at work. Because there's also employees who are full time who are fucking terrible employees. You don't get shit done. First of all, don't get shit done. Leave the floor to go fucking cry in the back room because they're fucking depressed about can't get fucked. I don't know. And you're going to get on my case because I leave for maybe 5 minutes every 2 hours.
So this kind of, I want to just kind of talk about this in general, and this is kind of a life thing. This is more of like all around. The more visibly fucked up you are, the less you get in trouble. Because it seems people who are normal just take pity on you if you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And normal people are just like, they're at a certain level of certain agreement where it's just like, hey, we both understand this, but when you fuck up, I have no reason to be like, hey,
it's okay.
Like, yeah, it's a...
Oh, God, no.
I don't know. Some people are specials.
Yeah, like, we have an employee who has been there since September. It is, April now? End of April. Bitch can't do shit, alright? Bitch can't do shit. And she, for some reason, is still full-time, doesn't know how to do anything, lacks any sort of fucking social awareness about how fucking annoying she is.
How fucking cringeworthy she is.
Just so, it's just, oh my god.
Some of the things this bitch says is just very, it's very ignorant things.
How she managed to make it this far in life without, like...
I was going to actually say that. It's like, this is the kind of people you look at as a... Well, I'm 23 and you're...
I'm 27 and
27.
She's 29.
She's older than us. You look at some people and you're just like, how did you get this far?
How the fuck did you make... She asked us, how late is the ATM open till? Like, what? Fuck, bitch, you're 20... How are you not fucking... Bitch? She can't do shit, and now she's super depressed, and she'll leave the floor for fucking 10 minutes to go cry in the back room because she can't get a guy... to go on a date with her. It's like, well, fucking bitch.
How about swinging your ballpark?
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, that's a lot of people's problem. This is the biggest problem with people who are like, oh, I'm alone, I'm always going to be alone. It's because they swing for the fucking fences and they can't get in the outfield.
I see this all the time on, on Reddit and shit. People are like, these nice guys are like, why can't I get this? Why am I always friend zone? And then somebody be like, well, here's a girl that likes you a little bit. She's fat. It's like, well, dude, like...
there's too many flaws that I can't look past. My problem, this is a personal problem for me, and I've started to realize it recently, I'm like, fuck, I gotta change this, is I look to the point where it's like, I'm wasting time, and I don't want to waste time.
Exactly.
And I just look at it the wrong way, and then I kind of, like, I eject myself from the mindset of, like, I want to be with this person, because I'm like, well, my time could be here or here. And then it's a problem that I don't blame on other people because it's my fucking problem. And more people need to realize that they have personal fucking problems that make them either unattractive or unavailable to certain people, and you have to fucking grasp that.
Yeah. I will say that I know certain people who are want a very specific type of partner that they will never ever get as long as they keep... I don't even know how to say this. You're not going to find... Goddamn...
Okay, if you don't improve yourself, you're not going to find your perfect person.
Maybe get a little practice in with somebody else who isn't...
You would have found them by now if you've been keeping this course, but you need some...
Sitting in your basement playing video games all night and then only going out to work You're not gonna find an Asian girl who speaks Japanese and loves anime and is into nerdy stuff.
For me, this is a personal preference. If I can find somebody who can match my sense of humor, that's all I need.
Yeah.
You can like everything I hate, as long as the sense of humor is like the same. I'm like, that's it. Because I find a lot of people, especially when I'm like on a first date with them, I kind of get a feel for their sense of humor. I pull out so quick when the sense of humor is just like not to my liking.
That's why I do my jokes whenever I'm talking to somebody new, because if they don't like my jokes, if they get offended by anything I say in a joke, then I'm just like, dude, this is not gonna work. If you take offense at a joke, it's a fucking joke. I'm not hurting nobody.
If somebody can automatically, when reading me, read when not to take me seriously, I'm like, perfect. You're my kind of person.
Should I do my joke?
What's your joke?
Well, there's a few. We start off with the icebreaker jokes, like,
all right.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels.
That's a good one.
What did the fish say when it hit a wall?
What?
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't the bicycle get up?
Okay.
Because it was too tired.
There you go.
Why did they put
You're getting warmed up.
Why did they put the spider in outfield?
Why?
Because they're good at catching flies.
There you go.
So those are the icebreaker jokes. Those are the stupid dad clean jokes.
So what kind of reaction do you want when you use those jokes?
Those are just to show them a fun guy. That I like, kind of, you know.
You can be a little loose.
And then we get into the more absurd jokes, like, what's green and smells like blue paint?
What?
Green paint.
I feel like that's on the same level of those jokes.
Well, we're getting there. What's big, green, and brown, has 4 legs, and if it fell out of a tree and hit you, you'd die?
What's that?
A piano. Not a piano. God damn it. A pool table.
What pool table?
Okay, and then this is the one that people either cringe at or they find hilarious. Why'd the girl fall off the swing?
Why?
Because she had no arms.
That's a good one.
So that's the good one. And then this is the first dirty joke of 2. How do you circumcise a West Virginian?
How?
You kick his sister in the jaw.
That's a good one.
And then this is the joke of jokes, and it's not a typical joke. So I was eating at my grandma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I started to taste horse semen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shit, that's how she died.
Oh, that's my favorite of all the jokes because it's layers.
It's like an onion.
It's a shock. At first, it's a shock joke.
Because, like, why are you're eating out your grandma? That's disgusting.
Oh, horse semen? She died?
She was...
And then it's the layers of that.
When you realize
it's the explanation.
I didn't care that my grandma was dead.
You didn't care that your grandma was dead?
I didn't care that she was my grandma. I just realized that my grandma was fucked to death by a horse.
There's 2 levels to that. First of all, 2 levels to that. Not only grandma, old lady, eating her out. Yuck. Yucca. You know, when it gets to that point that it's like that old, it's like you almost don't want to.
And the fact that I know what horse semen tastes like.
That too. That's the other layer.
And I didn't say it tasted semen. I said horse semen.
Yeah.
This tastes like horse semen to me. Try this. Does this taste like horse semen?
And then I like that you didn't know beforehand she died from being fucked by a horse, and this is your discovery. This is your discovery of her death.
Which I think is the
You just saw a dead grandma, you're just like, my grandma, well, I'm going to eat her out.
Yeah. So we're going to credit, I forget, it was either Max Bobinski or Dan Moore who told me that joke, but that's my favorite joke.
Are those real people? The way you said that.
Max Bobinski is a real person. His name is Bobo123 Bud.
Is that...
Okay, no, so Max is my buddy from Jersey. He's a drummer in my band. We've been friends forever.
Here's his address. We're putting it up on the screen.
I don't know where he lives now. He makes shampoo for a living.
That's a good career.
Well, he's like a chemist. Not really a chemist, because he's had the job since he was in high school, where he just makes fragrances.
What would you call that? A cosmetology kind of degree?
I forget what he got his degree in. It was like business. It was either business or criminal. I don't know, but he's had the same job. He's just moved up in it, where he just mixes fucking shampoo fragrances all day. Max Bobinski.
Full name?
Max... What's his middle name?
Max B.
Max Edward Bobinski. I think it's Edward.
We don't have to give the full name. I'm saying that we usually don't give full names, but here you are.
Nobody knows this guy. Anyway,
I guess so.
He, when we were kids, his mom made him an AOL chat account.
His mom made him. Bad mistake.
Bobo for Bobinski. 123 Bud.
He's a bud.
Bobo, fucking Bud. And then there's Dan Moore, which we want to talk about. Dan Moore.
Is he dead?
In spirit.
In spirit?
He's a plumber. shout out to local New York number one.
We mentioned him again before, Dan the Plumber.
Dan the Plumber. Anyway, what did we want to talk about today? I feel like we got off track about bitching about work. We were
talking about, icebreakers, the relationship thing. We were complaining about people we used to work with. I'll comment on the workplace that I also used to belong in. I enjoyed my time there. I had very few grievances. Made a lot of friends there, primarily, which is that's my biggest takeaway. And I guess I had a positive reception when I went out. I honestly always fish to find out if anybody disliked me there. And I kind of wish more people did.
Because you never really worked often. I was full-time, so I got the whole gambit of everybody there. I don't think anybody disliked you. I just think people didn't know who you were.
That's fine.
Because, like, I remember I said something about, and they were like, who? And I was like, Honors. And they were like, oh, I don't know, I never met him. I was like, oh.
There's some people I don't work with.
Because you worked weird. You worked, like, during the week.
I worked weekdays, openings. Then that was Monday through Wednesday.
And then we had people who
only worked weekends.
Only worked weekends or only closed. And so, unless they worked with you, because you were always doing tasks. So,
yeah.
His job at our workplace was pretty much the same, quote-unquote, as everybody else, but he was always the task guy. So if something was like, we need the light bulbs, all the light bulbs changed.
I like to run it down to, and this applies to anybody, if you want a job, just be, like, competent enough to have common sense, and you'll do fine.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who don't, and you fill in the space for those people, as unfair as it may be, but hey, in the end result, if you work the hours, you will get a raise. Unless the company sucks.
Yeah, which fixed up.
That's how my other job was, where it's like I stopped. I started really at the bottom, and people didn't like trust me with things, and then that flipped over in like a month, and I was like, okay, they offered me a raise immediately, and then they were just like, hey, can you work more hours and can you do all this shit now? It's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
There is certain work that would be called Anders work, which is stuff that you wouldn't want a lot of the people who work there to do.
It's more just like I can grasp a basic concept for something in a few sentences, and then if something is incorrect, I will actually ask the questions and not assume.
Yeah,
I would assume sometimes, and in the end result, it'd just be like, we'll keep it that way anyway. I'll say my first, I would say 1.5 years working there, it was a lot more sociable. I feel like the group was a lot more stronger, and then it kind of, as time went on, it divided up into smaller sections of like social groups.
Yeah, I think when I first left, because I had actually quit earlier last year and moved to Chicago, which is a whole. Don't get me started.
That's another podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
That's going to be like the movie podcast.
Yeah. When I left, then I was told that's when things started to kind of change. Because like the people that I worked with, not a lot of new people work there now who have been working there since I left, and kind of like, I don't know, changed the dynamic where it was no longer like, it was fun, but it was also, you were always like kind of walking on eggshells around certain people because they would get all in their panties in a tear if they said the wrong thing, or it wasn't like, I felt like the first group of people who worked there were a lot more fun, but maybe didn't get the job done as much. But now we have people who get the job done, but they're just not that fun to really hang out with.
Also, they have like not amazing personalities.
Yeah, they're kind of just basic.
Yeah. There's people I honestly, like, I give them, I hate working with them, but as a person, I'm like, you're okay. Like, I would hang out with you and every once in a while, but I wouldn't hang out with you every night.
Like, yeah.
But at work, it's like, yeah, there's certain times where you get some work done, and then they go and do something, you're just like, stop doing that.
Stop it.
I don't want that.
So, Thor.
Oh, we're talking about Thor.
Are we off the work thing?
Yeah, we're done. I think we said enough.
We've said enough.
A lot of people we do work with to listen to this.
I know, that's what's
I'm going to give a shout out to the people who listen to this and know they're not on our list, because you've been here, you know who you are.
You know who you are.
If you've seen what I got, you know what you have.
I'm going to give a shout out to Shane.
Again, Shane.
Shane, I know you're listening, buddy.
Shane.
That's my man.
Shane, how much cardio are you getting today? How's the legs working out?
Don't listen, Shane. I'm gonna give you. Don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day.
Also, when you're at your work, don't diddle the kids.
It's no good diddling kids.
It's no good diddling when you're fiddling with those kids.
Don't diddle or fiddle any child, even if you know them.
And if you don't know them, twice.
Twice as much as not twice as hard.
Not twice as hard. Twice
Never
as much
twice as hard. Twice is not.
Don't diddle a kid that didn't deserve it.
If a kid's gonna dress in a certain way and they're asking for a diddling, then maybe give him a little, hey, how you doing?
If a kid's posting on his Twitter that he's thick, maybe he's looking for that kind of attention.
If he's got, I don't even want to say.
I discovered some things today that I'm very upset about. I don't know if I want to show it on the show.
What did you discover?
It was some Twitter account of some 13-year-old that's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. My favorite Twitter account is, I've got two.
Stamper.
I don't really follow anybody on Twitter. I have.
I'm kind of late to the party, but I'm starting to lean towards the Twitter crowd because there's a lot of fun to be had with those retweets.
I have a Twitter. I've never twote. I only follow one person, and it's Ed Boon, and I haven't checked it in probably 3 years. I love Ed Boon.
Ed Boon's a great guy.
But there's two Twitter accounts that I know are hilarious. One of them is the Big Ben Twitter account.
The Big Ben, like the clock?
Yes, sir. One and the same.
Okay.
At every hour, it goes bong. For, like, if it's 1 o'clock, it'll do 1 bong. And if it's 2 o'clock, it'll do 2 bongs. And it just does that every hour, like the clock. You know, the clock.
So the Twitter is just an
bong,
hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or dong, I forget what it is. And then
somebody monetizes this 24 hours a day.
And then the other one is the Helen Keller one, which is really funny. Cause
what happens on that?
It's just somebody mashing a keyboard.
That's pretty good. I like Twitter. I follow a lot of my favorite people on Twitter. Some stuff's interesting, some stuff's not. I'm going to probably in the future here, I'm going to focus on maybe this summer is get that Smart Boys Twitter more up there.
We got to go tweet.
Dude, like, it's not just about posting what we put out. You got to have that casual tweet every once in a while. You know, like, you just type in, you're like, lasagna for dinner. That's it.
Mad Lads?
Mad Lads.
I'm having lasagna for breakfast? I'm fucking crazy.
Stouffer's lasagna fucking sucks for anybody out there. If you eat Stouffer's lasagna and enjoy it, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you need to leave. You gotta go.
You can get out.
That's all it is. You gotta go. You were gonna talk about the new Thor movie.
Oh my glorb.
This is the year of comic book movies. Last year was the year of shitty comic book movies.
This year, I mean, look, I like Thor, the movies. I don't really like the comics, but I do like Thor.
I like mythology. Norse mythology is okay.
This new trailer, it looks amazing. It's got all the hits, all the favorites, all the good ones. It's got your Chris Hemsworth. It's got your Kate Blanchett looking all mean and nasty. She breaks meow. What's it? Meow? The fucking hammer. She breaks some motherfucker. I'm
gonna say right now I don't know a lot about Thor. All I know about this new one is they actually got a good director for this one.
What's his name? Ricky Tiki Tavi.
It's very complicated. I like his work. I've been following him. One of my favorite comedies of all time, What We Do in the Shadow, was his last directorial magnum opus, I guess you would say. He was involved with The Flight of the Conchords, which is my #1 favorite HBO TV show. And I think it's great stuff. He's a New Zealand director.
Yuck. Wait.
I like New Zealand.
New Zealand directors can suck it.
A lot of good things coming out of that place.
Taki Waititi.
Click on his profile.
Look.
I want to see his other stuff.
Oh. Show me what you got. Skill.
Let's see here.
Oh, he directed.
Eagle vs. Shark. I love that movie. Two Cars, One Night. Have not seen it in a while. He did not do that. He directed What We Do in the Shadows. He was involved with
Doctor Strange.
Hunt for the Wilder People. I have not seen that yet, but I do want to see it. That's supposed to be pretty funny.
But dude, this trailer, it's got Jeff Goldblum in it.
Oh, what's he in that?
He is the games master. Oh, something or other.
This is sounding more enticing. I never liked any of the Thor movies, although I had never seen them all the way through. I just thought they were uninteresting to look at. This is the year.
Jeff Goldblum as Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
A cosmic being fascinated with gaming and chance who enjoys manipulating lesser life forms and is the ruler of the planet Sakar.
Sakar. That sounds interesting.
I think you should watch this, Trey.
We should.
Let's watch this, Trey. We're gonna watch this, Trey.
I heard the Hulk's in it.
The Hulk is in it.
Hulk is one of my favorite characters for being like as terrible as like his track record is. I just feel it's cool to have a fucking character that.
It even
turn that shit back.
It's even got a little meme entrance.
Meme entrance.
You'll hear it when you see it.
There he is.
I know what you're thinking.
Oh no.
Record scratch. There we go.
Well, it's a long story.
There she is.
Oh, she's hot.
Yeah. Boom. And Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song.
I like what they did with the neon. This is cool imagery.
Oh, dude, this
is fucking nice to look at. All the other Thor movies look boring.
Just wait.
Is that Valhalla? Did Valhalla just fall?
Yep.
Ooh, scrappers? What is this, Star Wars?
What have you brought you today? Tell me. A contender.
Dude, this looks actually cool as shit.
It's main event time.
Plus, he is. Oh my God, he's a dream.
You just like that haircut.
I know, I do. Watch this.
Got the nice helmet. Dude, this is honestly a really nice looking movie. The Hulk just popped out for people listening.
Each other. He's a friend from work. Oh, come on.
Oh my.
That is cool looking.
Yeah, I know, right?
That actually looks like a fucking
I'm
a modern.
pumped.
That looks like a modern version of an '80s action movie. Which is what why I liked Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like my favorite Marvel movie. I think it's about to be topped.
I am pumped. Psyched.
That's good spelling. You nailed that one. I just want to say right now, I've always been lukewarm on most of the Marvel movies, just because it's like they don't hold up after a couple watched. It's like they eventually the movies after them kind of make them worse as it goes on, which sucks because they add more and you're just like, well. I liked Captain America. We always end up talking about these movies on these.
I know. This
is like what everybody talks about anyway. So, I never really found Thor that interesting, and I was just been like, whatever.
Like Loki.
But that actually looks like a fucking nice looking movie. I like how the fucking the scenery is, and I like the soundtrack they're going for. They're trying to go for that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. I think they just know that works because that really does work.
Did you see they released the soundtrack for Guardians?
I saw it. It's a nice lineup. I like it. That's old James Gunn right there. I've always loved his shit, and he's I like that he's getting all this public attention.
Every time I hear what's his name?
James Gunn.
I think of the dude from Project Runway.
I don't know who you're talking about, honestly.
It's Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn. Okay. The name sounds somewhat familiar, but I don't know what you're talking about. James Gunn is a great director. Some people shit on him because he doesn't have a long track record. He's from the St. Louis area.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. He worked on one of my favorite movies. Well, he directed one of my favorite movies, which was Super with Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page. Very fun, dark comedy. I guess you could call it that. Black comedy, maybe. It's a great movie. If you can watch it on Netflix right now if you want to. I recommend it a lot. He also did Slither, the 2006 horror movie. He did the screenplay and did most of the directing for that movie that had Nathan Fillion in it. That's That's like a Trimbers kind of movie. That's like a classic
Yeah.
kind of horror B movie thing. And he also did the American version of a video game called Lollipop Chainsaw. It's a very interesting kind of game. It's funny.
Chainsaw. I played it for like 10 minutes. And I was
You
like,
didn't play the whole thing.
No, I didn't.
You don't know what it's about.
It's
It's basically normal heroes with a female protagonist and a lot of... It reminds me of, what's that? Trauma movies, which James Gunn worked on, and I think that's why he only accepted the project, because it's like a trauma movie, where it's like very silly, and there's a lot of like shitty jokes in it, but it's played for the whole reason that it's a shitty joke. And the ending is very weird. You fight 50-foot tall Elvis zombie.
Oh!
It's
my fetish.
Is it? No. He's the size of it. He's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow.
He's like
Man.
huge, man. Huge.
Elvis Presley. Gordetto's the Galaxy 2 next month. That's when it's coming out.
May 5th?
I'll see that.
I'm gonna probably... Yeah, we'll probably all go see it.
It's looking to be...
It's a popcorn flick.
It's a pop... Well, I like every once in a while when a decent one comes out, because everything now has got to be fucking hardcore, like, droning and depressing, like that Justice League fucking movie.
Yuck. Yuck.
If you are honestly excited about that movie, what goes on in your head that makes you so fucking boring? What went wrong as you as a person?
Let's not try and alienate our listeners here.
I want
but
to so much.
If you're psyched about Justice League, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Batman's cool, but he was cool when Tim Burton did the movies, and Christopher Nolan Batman is cool too. But I don't like new Batman.
Oh, like new Batman.
I don't like consumer Batman. You know, it's kind of shitty. What else? We were going to talk about. We haven't seen a lot of movies in the theaters recently.
No.
There were a couple I was interested in. I want to give a pre-shout out to Colossal, a movie I'm trying to go see, but only plays in one theater in this area. It's a neat looking movie. I would recommend it solely on the concept and the trailer. It looks pretty funny. And I will come... If I see it, I'll come back with a positive review.
I ain't gonna lie, the last movie I saw in theaters was Logan.
I didn't see it in theaters. I really wanted to, but everybody I wanted to go see it with already saw it, and I was like, well, fuck me. I'm not going to see a movie by myself.
I saw that up...
Gonna wait for the Blu-ray, probably come out in July or something like that.
I saw it in Canada, which I feel like...
It's very appropriate.
That's what I was gonna say, because he is a Canadian citizen himself.
But where does the movie take place? Arizona?
America! Who wants to watch a movie in Canada?
I like Scott Pilgrim. That was a fun movie.
I did too, yeah.
That was a fun movie. What? Oh, we watched some things on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we can talk about that. What was that called? I only caught it near the halfway point. I still want to talk about it.
So there was a documentary on Netflix, which I didn't watch the original documentary. It's called, like, Seeking Young Hot Singles or something or other. Seeking, I don't know, it's about porn, like, I don't know.
Man seeking woman.
No. But then they released a new, like, documentary series of, like, five or so different episodes, each tackling, like, a different issue involving, like, just either, like, not, like, porn, it's, like, online dating, porn, cam, just Tinder, like, all that kind of stuff.
The adult social subculture of the
Pretty
internet.
much. And we had watched an episode...
Was that an episode? I thought that was a whole, like, movie.
Yeah, well, each episode's, like, long.
Okay, so it's like an hour
long,
or an hour and 20.
About this chick who is a cam girl. I don't know if you guys know what a cam girl is.
We can describe it. A cam girl is basically an average-looking woman goes onto a website that streams for premium fees, and all she does is kind of like interact with the audience and strip or play with herself. Kind of like a strip show.
Yeah.
But from the comfort of your laptop.
So people can watch her. They can enter like private chats with her, which they got to pay for. It's a premium. It's like $3 every 5 minutes or something. I don't know, something like that. And then if you do that, you can tell her to do certain things, and she'll do it. And then there's like another higher level. It's a whole tier thing.
If you ever heard of pay to win, this is pay to jizz.
Yeah, it's basically jism. But she has been doing this for like 4 years or whatever, and there's this one guy who's like her biggest fan. She's from LA. This dude lives in Australia, and he has never had a girlfriend. He cams with her like every night. He said he's paid her like thousands of dollars over the course of these years. And she says that she's, she really doesn't like him, excuse me, but
likes him as a person.
Is a friend of his. So
weird friendship of like we've only talked online, and then every time I see you, you're jerking off.
Pretty much. Well, they do have like Skype conversations where they're clothed. But I think the guy is cute, but he's like a big dude. He's a big neckbeardy dude. Like plays D&D, loves comic books. Your stereotypical vague store customer.
Your typical Magic the Gathering player.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I would do it, but he's not conventionally attractive.
We're not talking about you, Mike.
We're not talking about me. So she goes out to visit him in Australia.
He's an Australian citizen.
And it's just so cringy, because you can tell that he expects her to get sexual with him.
Which is the only implication.
Which is like, why would you fucking... Like, I was mad for him. I was like, listen here, bitch. Like, at least make out with the dude. Give him like a, hey, how you doing? You don't have to have full-on sex, but like, this dude's been giving you all this money. She's married, by the way, to this guy who looks like a cross between a worm and a cigarette butt. And
he's a very unattractive
skinny,
but
weird
he's
looking.
Skinny, he's got tattoos, he most likely vapes.
Yeah. He looks like he does drugs. He looks like he's on meth.
I'm sure he probably not only does drugs, but gets her drugs, and that's the...
Yeah.
Let's just say right now, now that I think about it, looking at her face, she does have a face that dabbles.
She's got a dabbling face.
She's got a dabbling face.
Yeah, she goes out to Australia, and the guy's, like, trying to, like... He's super, like, shy, and you can tell he's just, he's just getting... She's there for, like, a weekend, and each day, as it progresses, he just gets more and more, like, depressed, and then she just leaves. And then she tells him that...
Because the first day, he's very much respectful. He's like, I'm going to give her space. This could be very stressful. This is kind of a new place.
She's staying at a hotel.
Which, first of all... You're in this situation, for all the men out there and the ladies, if you're ever in this situation where you have an online connection with somebody or a contact, and you finally invite them to where you live and you pay for it, all that, you aren't putting them up in an hotel. You're setting up the guest room. If you're a homeover and you have a place for them to stay, set up the fucking guest room. Go to fucking Bed Bath & Beyond and get a fucking comforter set. Yeah. What?
A duvet.
Nobody. Who the fuck has a duvet?
Isn't that just like a blanket?
Is that a blanket? I think that's like a bathroom thing.
It's a bidet.
Bidet.
A bidet is where they squirt the water up your butthole.
I know that. A duvet sounds stupid.
A duvet is... I think a duvet is a blanket that you can put other blankets inside of.
What?
It's like a big blanket that you put other blankets in.
Is that a comforter?
A comforter you can't put other blankets inside of.
Why would you want to put blankets inside of another blanket?
Because you switch it out for, like, the weather. So during the winter, you put a heavier duvet on.
This is stupid. Whoever invented this,
Dude,
I've never
heard of it. This is 100% real.
We are now on the duvet rant, because this is dumb. You buy another blanket and you just use 2 blankets. You don't need a blanket inside
a duvet,
of
a soft quilt filled with down feathers or a synthetic fiber instead of an upper sheet and blanket. So it's a comforter.
That's... okay.
But what does a duvet cover? Asking the real questions.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So it's just a comforter that you can put on different skins.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. It's like a sheet. I have a duvet.
See, this entire time that we've been talking...
I didn't know it was called a duvet. I just called it a comforter, because it makes your bed more comfortable.
Holy shit, I never put that together. Is that why they're called comforters?
I don't know, but I'm going to assume by the language of the name, comforter... It's like comforting.
Oh, fucking shit. My mind is dripping now because it's been fucking blown.
I don't get you.
My mind...
Duvet is fucking dumb. Call it a comforter.
I came up with a good band name, though.
What?
Duvet Bidet.
Ooh.
Or Bidet Duvet.
Is it like a blanket you put on a squirty butthole?
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
You sit on the bidet and you put a duvet over it, you're like, I don't want to get you splashback. I want to keep it clean. This duvet can go out the window when I'm done. Anyway,
watch that. It's just, if you like cringy stuff, we're just like, ugh, like, come on, buddy. Like, I was rooting for him, but she's just being a total...
I think everybody in that situation would watch that and root for him. First of all, the lady in question, she's got maybe D-sized tits, but her face is like...
She got a butterface.
She's got... I don't even think she's got like a her body.
She's got some tickle bitties.
She's got some tickle bitties.
That were she said he helped pay for that.
There's a boob job. This is down in quality. We are rock bottom. You know what? He is more conventionally attractive than her. I am more harsh on the women because I'm more attracted to them.
He is cute though, but I told him, grow out that beard, get those
teeth
fixed.
Let me just say right now, he could hit the gym for a year and tighten up. And I know what you're saying, but I'm saying in a conventional sense, he could hit the gym for a year, clean up, and he'd do just fine. Her, she's stuck with that. She's rock bottom forever.
Unless she somehow...
She's lucky she got that.
She's trashy. She's very trashy.
I could go Pacific, Missouri right now. I could go to Pacific, Missouri right now, knock on the nearest trailer and say, "Hey, is your daughter in here?" And be like, "That's her. Go get on the webcam show now. You're making money."
I was at the Taco Bell an hour ago in Pacific, Missouri, and I would tell you that the chick working...
Did you take a detour there?
Yeah, that's where I was a little
How
late.
was your service there? I actually want to talk about that, because I go to that Taco Bell very often.
I've only been in that Taco Bell twice, and so far it's been fine.
Okay, that Taco Bell is fucking garbage with service sometimes.
I think that Taco Bell
during the morning
good.
And during... What? Well, okay.
Break it down for me.
There are some Taco Bells you go to, and you know their service is shit. I want to detract from this, because I want to rant about fast food.
Break it
down. I have so many fucking grievances with certain fast food places. Taco Bell... Their service, for the most part, across the board, I'm going to say is a B-. For the what they're serving, I think they do a good job with getting on a timely manner, but some places shit the bed, and you get a line of 10 people, and you're just like, what's going on? I just have 2 grilled burritos. They should take maybe 40 seconds apiece. That's all. That's one thing. Honestly, you could drop me in a Taco Bell, I could run the place within a week. I'm not trying to, talk down to the people. I'm just saying that the food prep is pretty much done for you. You gotta do some vegetable cutting, that's about it. I just have a problem when it's I look through the window, and I notice this a lot of fast food places. Some places, they make use of it, some places they don't. I went to Culver's for lunch today.
Is it that blue place?
That's the blue place. Have you ever been?
No.
It's pretty good. There was I'd say I saw 8 people working the place. My food was out. It was I was standing there.
It was out.
It was out. The food was ready for me. I was in and out within 10 minutes. I had a good lunch. Sometimes I go to Taco Bell, specifically the one we're talking about, and I look in the window and I count 5 or 6 employees. One who's just standing by the register with his hands behind his back, just kind of doing that.
Fingering his butthole.
Fingering his butthole, playing pocketball, not taking any orders for the people behind me.
Each other's assholes.
There were 3 people behind me. This is one instance. It was around lunchtime on a Sunday. And it was just okay, well, I just ordered 3 things. They don't take that long. I'm sitting in the window, and I was there for 15 minutes.
Okay. Here's I'm going to grade Taco Bell. Taco Bell's in general, food quality, B+.
I'm going to say Taco Bell used to be shit. Recently, I honestly go to it specifically because when I go to certain places, it's just I don't want a stomachache from all the fried shit. I don't want to be
That's why I went there today.
Yeah. Because Taco Bell, you can get a burrito with rice and actual lettuce and shit like that. And maybe some grilled chicken that's not too, drenched in sauce. And you will feel fine. You don't have the shits. Everybody's ooh, Taco Bell.
I've never had the shits from Taco Bell.
If you get, the fucking 5-layer burrito with the sour cream and the loaded beans and the dirty rice and all that, yeah, you're going to have some bad shit.
You're going to have some
But that comes with the fucking territory. It's washing out your fucking insides.
It's a cleanse!
You got to clean your hole out, okay? Taco Bell will clean your hole out sometimes. What were you going to say?
Okay, I was going to say, so Taco Bell, food quality, B+, alright? It's, you know what you're paying for. Service. I love Taco Bell, but I swear to fucking God, this is what I order generally. I go in, or I drive up, and I say, can I get a grilled stuffed chicken burrito, which they have now renamed the extra large.
That's a good burrito.
The XX. But I say, can I get a grilled stuffed chicken burrito with no guacamole and no Baja sauce? Mm-hmm. And I swear to fucking God, almost 99% of the time, it's got guacamole and it's got Baja sauce in it. And they literally fuck it up nearly... I'm shocked when they get it right. That's how often they fuck it up.
Okay.
So, I don't know what they're... it's never, fucked up where it's, meat, but it's always those 2 fucking... I don't like it in my fucking burrito. Get it the fuck out of my burrito!
So, I don't have much grievances with that in fast food when that happens, because I'm the kind of person, as I grew up, it's kind of you take it as you get it. And if you don't want it that way, like, tough shit. So, when I go to certain places, I see it's like, oh, there's mayo on that fucking chicken sandwich. I used to be like, could I get it without the mayo? Now I'm just like, fuck it, keep it on there. It's not going to ruin my lunch.
Yeah. So
the one exception I ever have is
down.
going to McDonald's. I think McDonald's mustard ketchup pickle combo fucking sucks. With the onions, too. I think it fucking sucks. I think it fucking sucks. They need to change it. They need to get rid of it. I think it makes the burgers taste like shit. Some people may disagree. I think the onions are really shitty. And the pickles are fine, whatever. But I'm going to... Anytime I get a cheeseburger that's not like a Big Mac and it's not like a quarter pounder, I say, just make it plain. Double cheeseburger, just make it plain.
I always order my burgers plain. Unless I'm at McDonald's and I say, can I get a double cheeseburger with shredded lettuce and mac sauce? That's the only thing that I will ever add. The McDonald's on Clarkson, in Manchester and Clarkson, you would think that they'd be good. They're a shitty McDonald's. The McDonald's down by the mall,
yeah,
they're good.
I have the opposite experience.
Really?
Yes. Because I have gone plenty of times to that near the mall McDonald's and have had flat sodas, have had non-plain cheeseburgers, have had fries that have been sitting there for at least 20 minutes. And I feel it's just like, maybe I'm going at the wrong time, but the one down there, Clarkson Clayton, I keep fucking up my words. Gotta go to a languagist.
The one in Manchester?
Yeah, Manchester,
Clarkson.
I'm sorry, Clarkson Clayton, what am I talking about? Clarkson and Manchester. My grievance isn't the quality of the food or the service, because I think they do a quick job. I've been there for, I've been late to work, and, I gotta get breakfast, and it's like, I'm out in 4 minutes, I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
That's it. When they reopened that store, because they moved it across the street, they started as a 24-hour store, and never kept those hours. I would come home on a Saturday night, it'd be like fucking 3 a.m., and I'm like, I was at a party drinking all night. I'm fucking starving. What's open? McDonald's. Right? Pass by it. Fucking closed.
That is just like the Jack in the Box. They are always fucking closed when they're supposed to be open. There have been so many times where I've gone in there and I see a sign on the door, understaffed, drive-through only. Do we have a guest?
Hello? Oh, it's you.
Hank! We're talking about shitty fast food.
We're talking about shitty fast food locally.
Oh. What's that, Fort Taco? Not shitty, though.
No.
Fort Taco.
Remember Fort Taco in the mall?
Where'd they move to?
Well, they have one down at Rock Hill. What area exactly it's at? It's fucking Manchester, close
Basically
to Rock Hill.
Brentwood.
Yeah, Manchester and
yeah.
Brentwood.
Yeah.
We went there recently. We didn't have shitty service.
No,
It
it's
fine.
a good place. It's just...
It's got a shitty setup.
It's a confusing menu, too.
I didn't like Fort...
I like their puffers.
I think they should focus... I was telling him I think they should focus more on forts than tacos.
But dude, what I'm saying, that Jack in the Box up near Schnucks, they're always fucking closed when they're supposed to be open at late night, or they're like drive-through only, and I don't like to drive through a Jack in the Box because they take forever. But that fucking Emo's across next to Bar, I know that they close at fucking 11, and there have been so many times driving home from work, I call them at 10:20, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to place an order for pickup, and they're like, oh, we're actually closed. It's like, no, you're fucking not closed. I know you're open till 11. I fucking know. I love my Emo's.
So
this dude's gonna order like 20 pizzas. We don't have time for this.
They know me. I order
that entire area has issues with the right closing time, because there's been so many times coming home from work at like 1:30 to 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going. I know for a fact on the weekend, Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
Ellisville.
Now, why? It's all kids, and they want to not be at work.
Well, I know.
No, it's not. I know the staff that works
80,
there.
40.
They're
The
all
Eagles?
grown. No, Jack in the Box.
Oh, the old
I go
old
there
black guy?
anytime. Yeah,
He's so funny. I love
the
him.
effeminate black guy, the really fat black guy, and then the weird skinny white dude. Which honestly, as annoying as the two black guys are, the weird skinny white dude is so creepy.
He's creepy, but he's really nice.
Well, he's
Okay, so
I barely got served at.
Okay.
So you know what I'm talking about.
No,
We
I
can
know.
talk about this.
No.
So there's been so many times I'm going there. They close at 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, which I know that for a fact. Their hours are posted. There's been so many times I'm leaving work. I'm so fucking hungry at 1:30, and I'm like, they're open. I'm gonna get some tacos. I'm gonna eat them when I get home. That's all I need. I'll go to bed. I go there. I go up to the drive-thru. All the lights are on. He goes, sorry, we're closed. I'm like, why? He's like, I'm having issues.
Wait, which one did this?
This was the big fat black guy.
The fat black guy?
Fat black guy.
Issues?
I'm having some issues,
Issues
and
like
I have to take off. Exactly.
He's like, I don't even know you.
He's like, I'm having some issues, I gotta leave early. And I'm like, I just want a couple tacos. He's like, I'm sorry about that. I'm to the point where it's like, every time they've had a shitty, like, they close early or they fuck around with something, they know me, because next time I come, they're like, hey, it's you again. I'm like, yeah.
And they apologize.
And they apologize
Sorry,
to me,
Anders.
or they have some... Yeah, exactly.
Well, the effeminate black dude, I love him, because I was in there one time, and I was waiting to get my food, and he was talking to one of the girls working, and she was complaining that, like, her boyfriend expects her to, like, make dinner when she gets home from work, but, like... because he has to work, and she's like, well, I have to work fucking too, like, we're both working, and then the feminine black dude was like, oh, you don't draw your man's bath? You gotta draw your man's bath. I was just fucking cracking up, because the fat black guy was like, what? And he was like, yeah, when you come home from work, you gotta draw your man's bath after you make him dinner. Just like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
It's great. There was one time, honestly, he's been...
deep with your fast food.
Oh,
place.
we've been... Look,
well, yeah.
Have you talked... Okay, have the really weird gay guy who works at the McDonald's near the mall... Did I tell you what he did? I don't think he works there anymore.
Okay, go ahead.
But he's so sassy that I can't tell if he actually cares or if he's just super sarcastic. Because I went in there and I ordered, and he was like, what can I get you? And I was like, can I just get like a double cheeseburger, mac sauce, and he's like, right up... Oh, what did he say? He's like, it'll be right up for you. And I was like, okay. And then he hands it to me and he was like... You have a great day. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck. Okay.
You need to match his energy.
I was just like,
So, at the feminine black guy at the Jack in the Box, there was a really funny story at one time. Not from my disbenefit. I dined... It was like a Sunday morning. We were going to see a movie, me and my dad, and we dined in there just to like, get a quick lunch before we went to the movie. And there was this... two people in there. It was two groups. One old lady, one old man, and then another kind of mid-40s lady and her husband, like one of her kids. And they were just not having him at all. Like, one thing was wrong with each of their orders, and they were just giving him so much shit, and he was like... He was just fucking, like, brushing it off. He was just like...
We're not having you at all.
Yeah, he was... No, they were just like... They were just like, well, what are you going to do about fixing our food? He's like, I'm going to make you some new ones.
I'm going to draw you a man a bath.
I'm going to draw you a bath while you wait.
Would you like me to rub your feet?
No, and he was just like, every time they come out, he's like, my tacos, they were not supposed to be without the sauce and lettuce, but who the fuck...
Dude,
yeah.
First of all, fuck any person who's picky about fast food like that.
Exactly. And, like, when we ordered, we were just like, hey, we're missing curly fry. They're like, okay, right up. And that was it. He didn't give us any fucking problem.
Did he draw your bath?
He did. He right in the sink.
Too, like
he drew me. He gave me the picture. It's actually
You looked over and he's staring at you going, sketch.
He said it out loud.
He's going above and
He's
beyond.
like, sketch.
Shading.
No, but yeah, there's just like, they're coming up I didn't want less sauce on my tacos. Could you fix this? He's like, I'm working on it.
Sir, I will be done as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Doesn't they reached his point? He rarely gets to it, or does he seem on edge all the time?
No, he's
never...
He
kind of does.
Okay.
He kind of does seem on edge all the time. He doesn't give me shit ever.
He doesn't give me shit either.
Yeah, he never gives me shit ever because I never say anything.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, my tacos are wrong, or hey, my burger.
Whatever burgers you've gotten, they're made out of people because he snapped on some people.
I'm sure.
Dispose of them.
A lot of police activity happens down there. I remember one time, actually, somebody was arrested on the street, and he was asking me, he's like, did you see what happened? I'm like, it was like three guys out on the sidewalk in handcuffs. They're like, what would they look like? I'm like, it was two black guys and a white guy. He's like, what do you think they did? I'm like, probably drugs.
Probably drugs. It's Wildwood.
He's like,
People don't get arrested out here for pretty much anything other than drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no DUIs, but... More drugs than anything else. Yeah,
because they're stupid with them. They could do them.
Yeah.
They're just dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no really... That's just drugs.
Let's go to Jack in the Box on Molly and then have all of it on us.
Yeah. Well...
I remember one time... I'm sorry. I remember one time I was leaving that Jack in the Box, this is like a month ago or something like that, where they closed early again. Of course. They did that bullshit. And there was a bunch of kids like skateboarding just around the Jack in the Box. And I think they closed for a reason. because they didn't want the
Dude,
skateboard
those
kids coming
kids
in.
in that whole Schnook shopping center, there's those annoying middle school skateboard kids. Who
How often do you see them? Because I've only seen them once.
I see them all the time because I frequent the Walgreens. I also
They
frequent.
never grow up. They're just always the same
They're
age.
just
You know,
they've
last-
always been
last
there.
time, the one time I saw them, I just yelled out the window. I'm like, "Find that secret tape."
But no, okay, so
If they got it, they got it. If they didn't,
have you gone to New
that's
Popeyes?
the new Popeyes? I have not.
New Popeyes. Oh no,
In Ellisville,
I don't really. That one might be good. Popeyes is a hit and miss all the
Yeah.
time.
it might be good.
You
They
lived
just
across
opened
from
it.
one when we were down on Nashville Bridge in Bella Ridge. And first of all, I like Popeyes, but it's always the thing like, all right, it's gonna be $9 to eat like 3 French fries.
It's so expensive.
I know, and you get
I did
like,
not realize-
horrible portions.
I went in there and I was like, "Can I get 6-piece chicken strips with?"
There you went.
I said, "Yeah," and I said a side of mashed potatoes and a side of something else.
coleslaw.
No, what am I, a girl?
That side of that ass.
Coleslaw.
Yeah, no, it was I think mac and cheese, and I get to the drive-thru and she's like $22.30. I was like, "The fuck? I gotta fucking
She's like, your left arm, sir.
yeah, like, fucking hand it over."
Lee's is cheaper.
Yeah, that's probably why the determined Popeyes.
I think
It's good
Popeyes.
food.
Yes.
Popeyes
I'm sure
is
you
in
enjoyed
terms
it.
of pricing is at the
Oh,
top.
I had
of all the
to.
fried
I
chicken.
made
Yeah,
sure
you're like,
I,
I
like-
must enjoy this.
I was like, normally I don't finish fast. Like
There's
I'll have
class
like
in it.
it was like I paid $23 for this. So the Popeyes is at
So
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Like,
I haven't gone there yet.
Oh, dude, you should go in there during like they have like 30,000 people working there.
Really?
I went in there. I kid you not. I go in there. It was like 2:00, so it was kind of busy, and it was like 3 weeks after they opened. I swear to you, there's 20 high school kids behind the register.
as always, high school kids.
Oh yeah, it's Chick-fil-A. And I was like, "Can I get a number 1 with a large Coke Zero?" And the guy's like, "Dr. Pepper?" And I was like, "Coke Zero." And he was like,
And he's like, Dr. Pepper.
and then he goes, "Dr. Pepper?" And I was like, "Coke Zero." And so he's filling up my drink. I've already paid. At this point, they're already going, "Mike," and I'm like,
What's happening?
it's too fast.
This is breaking my brain.
Dr. Pepper.
So I have a funny story of Chick-fil-A. So for some reason, Chick-fil-A is really big in southern Texas, and we were. I don't know why. For some reason, okay, southern Texas, a lot of Mexicans, Mexican Americans, but they love Chick-fil-A. And we went into this one. Me and Dan went into one on the road. Went into Chick-fil-A because it was that or like all these weird Mexican restaurants
Yeah.
you can't pronounce, and you're
Navajo taco.
You don't exactly mix it up with Mexican food when you're out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we go in this, and literally me and Dan are the only people in there besides maybe a family in the corner. I'm like, this is cool because Chick-fil-A is usually packed.
Yeah.
Always packed. And then all of a sudden, right, literally, we order our food, perfect timing. A whole football team comes in, like 30 kids, 30 kids and 2 coaches. Half the kids are like Mexican American, half are white. No blacks, unfortunately. It's Texas.
Yeah.
It's South Texas.
But so these 2 really intense coaches like, everybody know what they want, and he didn't even give a shit. Honestly, he was just like, everyone's getting just chicken sandwiches. So the kids don't give a fuck either. They're sitting down like, man, that play was awesome. Blah, 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 blah. So me and Dan are literally like in this corner booth near the bathroom. So everything else is filled. The booths are filled with these football players. So like. We're eating and it's kind of awkward because it's like all these intense, like all these testosterone driven.
Like
we're like
they want to fuck something.
We're trying to eat our chicken sandwiches, and so the coach like gets the food. Like, and apparently this happens a lot because they anticipated them. Like, oh, here comes the bus, guys.
Oh yeah,
but they don't like normal fast food. We're like, oh my god, fuck this. They were like, let's go, guys.
hey,
we
Well,
got
the
the chicken ready to go.
I'm sure that they probably called ahead because I know when I worked at the movie theater, we would have just busloads of kids show up during the summer from summer camps, and they would call ahead.
Yeah,
they knew to call ahead because we
would say fuck them.
Yeah, we would be like, yeah, you guys got to call ahead with a group this large.
If you're the kind of person who has that group of people and just takes them somewhere,
No, this is
don't
what. So
do that.
let me finish this really quick.
Tell them what time it is. No, break down the story.
So we're sitting there. The food comes. The coach is distributing it. Me and Dan have 2. He gives us 2 sandwiches.
Oh.
And we're like he's not even paying attention. He's like,
Oh.
he's giving it. No, he's giving it to all. He just thinks we're worth them. I mean, some of them were in football already, and some of them have been to the street clothes, so he didn't even pay attention. And then all of a sudden, he's like, "All right, everybody, let's pray." So like, me and Dan are sitting there like, "What the fuck?" And so like, he's corralling it, and we're just like looking like. And I'm almost like, should I just go in it? Just work in this lead.
You don't want him to make you run laps if you're not praying.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I'm like, so he's like gathering, and he kind of looks at us like, gives us that look like a coach disobeying student, like, what the fuck, guys, pray. And I'm serious, and I point to my shirt, and I'm like, we're not, and he's like, oh. And he kind of looks like, half it, and then he snaps his finger, and the assistant coach takes our sandwiches. And I was like, I should have prayed.
Not yours.
Saved. But it was weird.
I was going to say real quick, the other, 2 weeks ago, 4 charter buses pull up to the mall, and in stream, I swear to you, 200 band kids who are coming back from some band competition, and they all go to the food court, and I go down there to look at it, and I'm not kidding you, the line for Panda wrapped around our store and was at the bottom of the escalator.
And up someone's asshole.
And up, not only my asshole, but the chick who works
through you, and then
out my mouth. I felt so. And I talked to what's your face who worked at Panda. I was like, did they let you guys know that they were coming? They're like, no, they didn't let anybody know, and because all these kids just flood into this food court. I've never seen it more full.
That's when you need a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
That's when you start being
Jesus
kids.
Christ, that's douchey though.
And it was shitty too because the kids were all nerdy kids because they're in a band.
We're giving you business. Yeah, but you're overwhelming the fuck out of us.
Well, I just felt bad for.
Fucks up the press.
I felt bad for everyone who worked at the mall who was going on break at that time because the lines just to get any
don't
food.
Even get to eat.
Yeah. But then of course they were all coming into our store.
Fucking around.
Because they were nerds and they were fucking around, and I had to get my quit fucking around voice on where I'm like, I had to tell people, hey, stop doing that. Hey, enough.
This looks cool.
You're done, get out. And they kept playing with the fucking Pokeballs, and I was like, hey,
can't throw those.
If you pick up one more,
play with.
Yeah,
not those.
I can't believe they've been together for 27 years.
Whom?
These nuts.
Oh shit.
Got him. But yeah.
So when we're talking about shitty service and fast food, I was holding out because this is the tops. This is the worst.
We'll end on this.
Oh yeah.
This is the worst, and he knows.
I know.
And I've had 2 experiences this weekend with him and my sister of the worst fast food service place.
Let me get comfy.
Fucking strap in. You probably got some stories too. As a chain, globally, the worst fast food service, Steak and Shake.
Mm-hmm.
Steak and you're
globally,
realizing it.
Doesn't matter if you're the one next to the David.
I will say right now,
there's one there.
I will say right now, regardless of race or gender, you are not being discriminated on how shitty your service will be at Steak and Shake,
dude.
Because there's been so many times. We went, what was it, Saturday morning, we went to get some lunch. We went to just get a quick lunch, drive-through.
This is what I
base my
Steak and Steak decisions on. Is there anyone in the drive-through? One person in the drive-through. It's okay, I can take a chance now.
Yeah. Was this the one in Pacific or the one in Manchester?
There's no in Pacific.
Yes, there is.
No,
there's one in Eureka.
Eureka?
Well, that's right.
This was in Maplewood.
Well, yeah. Okay.
This is in the city.
So anyway, we went to that one. The next day, I went down to Washington with my sister for some bullshit. We went to Steak and Shake there. She ordered 2 sandwiches, 2 drinks. Fucking 15 minutes.
Jesus.
My least favorite is the Ellisville one. The Ellisville one is fucking. Oh. It is. If you could fucking make any building hell in this fucking world, that's it.
I have a. Okay, so that one sucks. The one I went to that was the worst, and all of them have always the worst. Even dining in sucks because dining in is like a half-assed restaurant.
I know it's either be fast food or be a restaurant. Don't be
it's like you're a 24-hour restaurant. Get that right.
I think very soon they're gonna probably have to do a revamp of the franchise.
They got to.
Or people are just gonna burn them all down.
Yeah,
but
should just burn.
So I was at the one on Hampton downtown. Basically in between 40 and 44. There's one on Hampton. Shithole. Shithole's Steak and Shake, but when you want to fucking. They have good burgers. Let's not deny.
Let's not hold that against.
So me and Dan and our friend Moses go in there to eat. We were living down there, and first of all, there's no one in there. So that again, I always take that as a good sign, but it never works out. I always have wishful thinking, like, oh, no one's in here. This will be nice. Nope. So we sit down, order our food. First of all, we all get waters, and there's some servers who are like, oh, you're getting waters. It's like, well, bitch, you're not gonna fill it up anyway. I'm not gonna pay $3 for a soda. I get refilled one time. But so we takes forever to get our food. We get our waters refilled one time. There's no one else. Like one person at the counter. This old dude that looks like he just lives there. He's at the counter. So I go. All right, I'm waiting on our checks because we want to fucking leave.
Yeah.
So I asked her, I have to ask her like across from, hey, can we get our checks? And she's like, okay. So we're sitting there talking a little more. They're kind of, and then I'm getting that like, she still hasn't gotten us her fucking checks, and we need to go. So they have the register at the front where you pay. Well, I walk up to go to the register, and the lady who's serving us is behind the register, so I'm about to walk to her. And as I'm walking to her, she says, have a nice day. And I'm like, okay.
Oh!
I fucking take out, and Dan and Mose are standing there like deer in headlights, like, what just happened? And I'm like, outside the window, like, fucking come on. And they come out like, dude, we didn't pay. I'm like, she said have a nice day. I'm having a nice day. Why don't we have a nice day?
Oh, man.
So I was thinking when we left, I'm like, okay, we didn't pay, but it was horrible service. She said have a nice day. I was already pissed.
She wasn't going to lead up on the fucking bill.
Exactly. So I was just thinking in my mind as we're driving away, that moment she realized we didn't pay. And I'm like, it's probably going to be 3 hours from now. Oh, shit.
If she ever realizes
If she ever realizes it. I don't know. I've never really had terrible...
That's the first time I've ever walked out and not paid on something, too.
So I could say there's only one location I've ever had decent service at, and that's because the person I was always going with there knew some of the people who worked there. And that was the one down...
That makes all the difference.
Further, Manchester 141 area.
Yeah.
There's one there.
Yeah.
That one, it's okay.
I don't know.
The one in Ellisville is a fucking nightmare every time, especially if you're going past 12. The only time I'll ever go to Steak and Shake is everything else closed. I'm hungry.
Loiterers there at that point?
Yeah.
It's just weird, like, stoner high school kids.
But there's some times where there's nobody there, and there's two people working.
Like, we could play. No. We'll just sit here and do nothing.
The worst service I ever had was at the Bees, and that's why I don't go to the Bees anymore.
What's the Bees?
Applebee's.
Okay.
I do not
Really?
eat at Applebee's.
Because of a bad... I could see
Well, it's
not
just...
like it's
I got
amazing.
food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
But what had happened was I ordered, like, some stupid, like, tortilla cheeseburger thing with french fries. And I kid you not, she brings the french fries out, there's little pieces of tinfoil all in the french fries.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't even like they were, like, hidden. It was like, bitch, there's fucking shit all in my goddamn french fries. And I was like, excuse me, can I just get some new fries? There's like little tinfoil. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. She goes back to the kitchen, comes back out like 2 minutes later with the exact same set of fries with clearly like a few of them picked out. And I'm like,
that would be funny if she did the opposite. Came out with tinfoil, a little bit of fries. Oh,
Just like,
sorry,
what
there's
the
a lot of
fuck?
fries in there.
So I didn't eat the fries, but I ate the burger, and I got violently ill. And I was like, God damn it, Bees, I'm done with you.
So that happened, and you ate a burger, and you got sick?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So if you ever find yourself at Hackettstown, New Jersey, avoid that Bees. Don't go to that Bees.
Damn it, I had
I
a
think I'll
plan.
ever find
My
myself
plan's
there.
ruined.
All right.
I was gonna say lead up on the Steak and Shake thing. Ellisville Steak and Shake anytime at midnight, past midnight, they do this thing and they love fucking doing it. You are the only person there. You want one thing. Sometimes I get a shake just because whatever. And then they're like, okay, pull up. I'm like, why? Nobody's here. There was
Because they don't
this
like
happens.
the pressure of you.
They don't want the pressure of me staring at them. I get that. And there was one time it misfired on them because it was downpour rain and nobody else there. And I saw her walking up to the window and she was ready to say, could you pull up? And I was like ready to stop her and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stop you. I went up there and she's holding my food and she comes out the door. This is like 20 minutes later.
Please tell me it took forever. Where's my button to roll down the window?
It's 20 minutes later and she's yelling out the door. She's like, could you pull back? It's pouring rain. I'm like, you told me to pull up.
My reverse doesn't work.
And I'm like saying, like, couldn't
came
you just
out
come to the
in
door?
that
She's like, can you
alien
just
suit?
come back?
From aliens with freaking forklift suit.
Whenever
Power loader.
that happens to my mom, if
Power
there's
loader.
nobody behind her, she'll be like, no, I'm okay here. There's no one behind me.
I do that now.
And they'll be like, well, can you... No, I'm okay. I'll just wait. If someone pulls up, I'll pull
I
up.
like to monitor my food.
Yeah. It's just annoying. It's like, I get when people, there's a huge line, it's like, you want to get the payments
When I
and
go
get
to
everything wrong.
San Luis Breco in Eureka, I go through the drive-thru a lot in the mornings to get breakfast sandwich. There's this hipstery guy there, and it's so weird. Every time I'm at, like, he doesn't make eye contact, and he looks at the car behind you as he's talking. He's like, it's always like he wants to be done, and it's like, just started his shift, and he's looking like, how many people are left behind it? He won't even look at you ever. He just grabs your money like, I don't know if it's anxiety or...
My favorite is when they're at the drive-thru, the speaker, and they're just like, what's your phone number? for the rewards.
Did you guys talk about your favorite fast food?
My favorite fast food, that's the whole different discussion.
Yeah.
We talked about how Taco Bell is like the perfect mid-ground. Where it's like
Taco Bell is my go-to.
I was saying, I was just at the Taco Bell.
in Pacific. And I was asking him, that's how this started, because he's at the Taco Bell in Pacific. Recently, the Taco Bell in Pacific has had shitty service because you wait longer now.
I didn't experience this, honestly. You said this to me, and I haven't.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens in the morning, and it happens late at night.
I'll tell you, we don't have them here much, and I did not like them when I lived in Jersey and Philly because they were everywhere, but I fucking miss Wendy's.
Wendy's is so
I
good.
fucking...
They sprouted up recently.
They're sprouting up here and there.
They were on
Manchester
every corner in the Northeast.
They used to be.
They're like the Boston Dunkin' Donuts.
Boston?
I would say my favorite fast food is probably Burger King.
Really?
Really?
I don't know.
I've
I've never heard
really
anyone say
explain.
that, but I do like Burger King.
Well, I love Burger
Just
King,
like,
and
wow.
I'm pissed because the Burger King next to the bowling alley is the worst fucking Burger King I've ever been in my entire life, because no one ever goes there, and they fucked up my order every single goddamn time I go. I like their chicken sandwiches, plain,
Yes.
and
They're
I
good.
always get,
Traditional ones?
the long ones.
The long
That's my
ones.
favorite,
I love that
fast
shit.
food item.
I love chicken sandwiches pretty much anywhere I go.
Who doesn't?
That's a go-to.
And I also get I like their burgers. Their burgers are really good. Like their double cheeseburger.
I agree with that.
Their fries are, yuck.
I'll say right now...
Their fries get, gunk your mouth up.
Yeah.
It's like waxy.
That's actually... I'm kind of the opposite on that, because that's one of my favorite things there.
Their fries, I was...
Onion rings.
I say, can I get a mixture of onion rings
You ever
and
get
fries?
the zesty sauce? No, if you haven't, try it with the onion rings. There's this they call it zesty sauce. It's really weird, but it's delicious.
I was gonna say their French fries are all core. They're all shell. Like once you bite it, there's nothing inside of them.
I like them when they're fresh. If they're not fresh, they're garbage.
Their chicken fries are amazing
All right.
though.
On
chicken
that
fries are
note,
great.
favorite fries. Is that your favorite fries?
Oh no.
Rallies is a dead winner.
I'm talking fast food, not restaurants.
Rallies all the time.
I know you love the aluminum and.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mixture between. I know we hate Steak and Shake, but I do like their fries.
Oof.
That's one of my least favorites.
Okay, I like dipping my fries in ketchup. I don't know if you're a ketchup guy.
Dabble.
And you have a little bit, and then you have to grab 8 of them
Because they're weak.
And then your fingers. I mean, nothing wrong with ketchup on your fingers, but it feels like you're a murderer sometimes.
I don't know. I don't
Their
really.
fries aren't bad tasting though. I wish they were normal.
I don't eat a lot, and I could never eat fries by themselves. So I'm always like a bite of a sandwich, bite of a fry, and then once I'm done with the sandwich, the fries I'm done with them. I don't need you. I do not require you.
I don't need you finish everything. I'm weird, but I eat really fast. But my favorite fry, and I know a lot of people agree with this sometimes, but Rallies.
I don't think I've ever been to a Rallies.
Dude,
Rallies
I'll tell you
is
right
really
now,
good.
if I'm ever at a Rallies and I know you're around, I'm going to get you fries. And if you don't tell me.
My sweet Hank.
Since you're around, I just leave him by a dumpster he'll be
Mike
here
will
soon.
be here soon.
He frequents this dumpster.
Mike's gonna
No,
be
but
here.
their season.
Hey, you go down to fucking JJ's. It's off a Grand. You go down one street. Rallies is on the corner.
Try them sometimes.
White Castles are my favorite fries.
I was gonna say those are one of my least favorites.
Well,
I'm not a big fan of the crinkle
there's
cut.
been there's bad experience based on our grandpa. He used to get White Castle fries all the time with cheese.
Yeah.
That
And
has
he used
nothing
to
to do
leave
with
them
that.
out on our counter, and there'd be dead flies on them.
Oh, so it's a
So
psychological
the visual,
thing.
yeah, it's psychological. It's douchey.
It has nothing to do with that. One of
That's
my
what
least
it did
favorite.
to me.
One of my least favorite, besides sweet potato fries, is crinkle cut.
Ugh.
Oh, I hate
Sweet potato
I
fries suck.
fucking hate sweet
When
potato
you
fries.
places
you guys-
They
offer
trick you.
Dude, I'm so glad you get because I know a lot of people that love it, and
It's
they
fucking
feel
stupid.
I feel like I'm an asshole when I say I hate them.
No, they're
because
gross.
everyone's like they're so good. Well, they're
I
healthier
don't.
for you.
I don't want.
It's
I
French
don't want
fries. Fuck that.
salty. I don't want salty sweet.
It just,
When I get fries.
it's.
I
I've
want
never,
I want salty.
I never met a
straight
sweet
salt.
potato fry I liked.
Pretty much.
Um,
What is sweet potatoes good for?
Yeah, fucking fatty potatoes.
For
Yeah.
pies.
Pies, yeah.
I don't know.
No, I was gonna say crinkle cut is my least favorite of the traditional French fry.
Waffle is my favorite.
I like curly
I like
the most.
Line Choices fries.
I heard they
Line
have
Choice
amazing, but their
fries
food
is
is
really
terrible.
No, they're not. I love
Oh
the food.
my god, are you kidding?
I think it's just because I have the same issue.
I
As
love
I
the
think their
roast beef,
roast
yeah.
beef is too dry.
No.
I am completely lying to you people. My favorite fast food is Arby's.
Really?
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
I was
shit
about
on.
to say that. I was going to
A
work.
lot of
up
people
for that.
shit on that. Arby's is
Arby's
underrated.
curly fries, boom.
Yeah, Arby's.
The top.
Dude,
Yeah.
you get that thick motherfucker. That's so great.
That ring boy.
Ring boy.
Oh
Dude,
my
they,
You can wrap
what
around
was
your
it? A
finger
month
and
ago,
take
they had the two.
Oh my
They
god.
had the deal on the
fucking love
loaded
Arby's.
fries. Those were so good. The loaded fries. It was.
Never
It was
had those.
I
it
was
was
so.
cheese, Swiss cheese, bacon. It was so good.
I'm so mad. The GameStop I worked at in Pennsylvania, there was an Arby's in our like shopping center, and I would get my big beef and cheddar on, legit every
delicious.
single day, and it never got old.
Some people
Yeah.
like. I don't know. People.
Some people notoriously shit on Arby's for no
Yeah,
reason.
and I don't know why.
I never got it. I liked
First of all,
Arby's all the time.
If you're not into roast beef, they got good deli sandwiches.
I
And
know
they got
what it
good
is.
chicken sandwich.
I know it is. People only shit on Arby's for one reason. It's Seinfeld.
No, it's Simpsons.
I
When they
thought
were
it
on the
was.
island. They were like, I'm so hungry I could eat at Arby's. Arby's.
Yeah.
I always
There's
thought.
always been jokes made about how shitty Arby's used to be, and I think Arby's used to be shitty like mid to late '90s.
Yeah.
And then got really better, but nobody noticed.
They're
because
killing
there
it
was
now.
always-
But,
Their
like,
fucking menu is
Arby's-
great.
Their social media. I know people are all about that. You've seen that shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, in my mind, Arby's
They
used to
reference
always be
ourselves.
like that place your grandparents would take you, you know,
Really?
and it was always like, and it is like an older people fast food place, because I never go in there, and the majority of people who are not only working there, but eating there are old.
It's just funny they have Ving Rhymes doing the voice in the commercials.
Is that Ving Rhames?
Marcellus Wallace, yeah.
That's him doing the
Yeah.
more,
Yeah,
we got the meats.
We got the meat. That's him.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh!
No, that's
Um,
great.
Their chicken sandwich, their bacon chicken sandwich is so fucking good.
Oh.
Their chicken patties are like, besides like Chick-fil-A, I don't know who can do better than that.
Let's just we're in agreement. Arby's is the shit.
Arby's is a shit.
And we can agree that people shit on it.
Listen here, Smart Boys
I
viewers,
can-
listeners. Arby's is the shit, and if you don't like that, you can fuck yourself.
Listen, if you type in promo code SmartBoys at Arby's,
Yes.
wherever, you just type it wherever
You're
you
gonna
can.
see it next,
They're gonna be
in
like,
fact,
shit.
brand deal
Like,
next
goddamn.
week. You're gonna see it on their Facebook. There's gonna be a cardboard box that smells Smart Boys, and it's gonna be like sauce.
promo. You get a free.
And then on next to that is gonna be
free
the
big boy curly fry.
Exactly. And next to that is going to
Guaranteed.
be out of Arby's sauce packages. There's going to be the TARDIS, and then on the left side of that, curly fries to
And
make
there's
out
gonna be a
the
Rick.
swords from Dark Souls. And then at the bottom of that, it's going to write in horseradish sauce Suicide Squad.
And then above that is gonna say Carl.
Coral from
Coral. Oh God, for zombies,
Walking Dead.
Coral.
And then to top it off, they're gonna take.
Will Dat Boy be there?
Arby's are your
They're gonna
favorite?
take. Well, that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna take the tray and lift it up, and Dat Boy, he's gonna be made out of chicken fries.
Dat Boy's gonna be married.
That's their new menu item.
Do you like
chicken
Dat Boy?
fries.
Yeah,
Who don't like
I'm
Dat
all
Boy?
about that boy.
Dat Boy. he-
I'm kind of offended there hasn't been much attention to that girl, but he'll get there.
Is there a Dat girl?
we're not okay.
You know, there's always that girl.
I saw that girl. She was like an early kind of beta thing.
Oh.
It was
It
just
has a
the
blonde,
same
yeah.
thing, bow tie, lipstick, get out.
So yours favorite is Arby's. You would.
You would say.
I would say Arby's is what time it is.
Let's say if we go to Arby's right now, what would you get?
Oh, big beef and cheddar and curl fries.
There you go.
All right, what would I get there? I'd probably get. Not gonna lie, that's the go-to.
Big beef and cheddar.
That cheddar is fucking.
And when it mixes
That's
with that
it.
red sauce,
That's my number two to
I was
the
gonna say
chicken
liquid
sandwich.
jizz, but it-
That's my number
it's
two to the
both.
bacon. Yeah, that's my number two to the bacon chicken because the bacon chicken is very good.
See, the thing is, I would love to branch
Sure.
out and eat more of their food, but I've never had a bad big beef and cheddar.
Ah.
So I go in there, I'm like,
So we might have to sabotage you one day, like get ahead of you and be like.
Maybe
"You
that'll
make
be
a bad
a
one?"
video we do. Maybe we get like a $50 budget and just like do the Arby's sampler.
oh
You
God.
just sit there.
I'm
And
getting
get-
kind of excited in my nether region about this.
There's an Arby's
Are you
up in
feeling that?
Ellisville.
Arby's,
There's an Arby's
yeah.
up in Ellisville now.
Oh, is it past?
oh yeah.
Yeah, where the Best Buy is.
Oh.
But okay, yours favorite is Arby's.
I'm gonna say by margin, I'd go out on my way for rallies. Rallies, I've like rallies could be shitty, but I'll
That's
still
amazing.
enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't speak on rallies, so. And then you?
My favorite's Taco Bell. My
Classic.
absolute favorite.
It's classic.
I would say marginally Taco Bell is my number two because
Taco Bell.
rallies the kind of thing. If I know it's in the area, I'll go out of my way just to get it. Like there's been times like leaving Tower Grove and stuff like that, and I was just like at a bar or something like that. I'm like, I know rallies is close by. I'll go to there. I'll go the extra 4 miles out of the way.
I've seen legit business meetings go down Taco Bell. Like I've seen two lawyer-looking motherfuckers, and they're sitting there enjoying a crunch wrap and like.
This
So
is
he's
it's
going to
common
jail?
ground. It's
And
common
that's,
ground.
yeah, everyone.
It's
goes
like the
there.
round table of modern society.
There's a stand-up comedian named Chris Porter who does a little bit about Taco Taco Bell. He's talking about how McDonald's has these commercials. They're talking about raising their beef right, or we raise them all right, and we won't chop them up in little burgers or whatever. He says McDonald's isn't fucking healthy. It's fucking McDonald's. Like McDonald's trying to be healthy. He's like Taco Bell has never lied to you.
Yeah, I've heard this.
And he's like Taco Bell's like, hey, we're shoving shit in a Dorito. Get down here. Open all night. Take your time.
That's a good one. That's pretty much it.
That's a wrap, I think. We have a special.
Hey, not only that a wrap, it's a crunch wrap.
Oh fucking shit! Yes.
Let's go get some crunch wraps right now. Here, let me eat mine.
I've actually done an ad for the quesalupa. It was weird.
You guys did?
Yeah, Dancakes did. And where's the quesalupa now? Deadzo.
The quesalupa
Dunzo. Yeah, Dunzo.
That was the one thing
quesalupa, get out.
Really bad.
Yeah,
Quesalupa
that's the thing about Taco Bell. Taco Bell is allowed to do that, in my mind. They're allowed to put out whatever they want and see what catches. Not a lot of fast foods have that balls.
No.
Like, Taco Bell has the balls to be like, here's this fucking pocket with cheese and Doritos and Fritos.
Here's a sack of just stuff we found laying around.
And they're like, alright.
We'll deep fry it
They
then.
experiment the most out of anything, but the one thing that makes me sad, they had a really good dollar, they had 3 different ones. Remember the habanero taco?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was so good, the cool habanero.
Remember the lava taco?
Oh.
If you liked really spicy shit, because I'm fire sauce. I go fire sauce.
I don't sauce it up at all.
Oh,
you don't?
Wow. That's a
pro bono?
interesting perspective.
Oh yeah, you said you like the.
I don't
I like the chicken burrito without the guac and the Baja.
Chicken burrito.
The grilled stuffed chicken burrito with no Baja sauce or guacamole is.
It's his go-to.
I gotta go for the guacamole.
He goes for extra.
No, I don't.
No, he does.
Oh, he does.
I go extra all the way. I just say, can I have?
I like the sauce. I like my sauce on a Taco Bell.
Burrito?
I'm gonna say
just fill a burrito tortilla with guac.
Shout out to Taco Bell's breakfast because for $3 you got a whole meal.
I love. I had an issue with Taco Bell breakfast because on their website when I was living in Pennsylvania.
This their website.
No, because my group of friends were like, we want to fucking go get Taco Bell breakfast. Like, we were looking forward to this shit. 3 different stores said that they had Taco Bell breakfast. We went to all 3 of them in the morning, and they were all like, no, we don't got Taco Bell breakfast. I was like, God fucking damn.
But they were open.
And you're like, oh, it's April Fools.
Yeah, they were open.
Why were they open? They're not serving breakfast.
They open at like 10.
Oh. Because they open at like 8 now.
They open at 8. When was this, dude?
How
many years ago?
3 years ago.
He was the.
It was like right when Taco Bell was.
Yeah, they were baiting.
Yeah, but the website said because I checked the website, I needed this.
Remember they experimented with delivery.
I knew the promo codes.
Did they?
Yeah, they experimented with delivery in major cities. It didn't go over well.
Really?
Burger King did the same thing. Didn't go over well.
Listen, if you build it, they will come. That's
and they didn't come.
What it should be. No. If they build, just have them come to you guys. Talk about.
It would work really well. It just didn't work out in the long run. They need to have the trifecta of the Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC with delivery.
Well, I heard Taco Bell's just going to put a button on like every video game controller now, like right next to the guide buttons.
Yeah, that's on the Xbox One.
Preset your order.
Domino's, you can set it up so they have your phone number, and you send them. You have your go-to, and you send them the pizza emoji, and then they just bring you fucking pizza.
That is like the epitome of like this is what technology has led up to.
Is like
here's a pizza emoji.
Like if you don't eat food. We're on our way.
Food now.
I need food.
I can't even smell food. I'll just send a picture of food. Just not even a picture. A cartoon.
There's a county big.
I'm hungry.
What? He's just like slapping it. He's got his phone on his stomach. He's like.
And the thing is, you have to have the person on the other end of it has to have the same mentality. Like he gets food, I'll bring him food because I would be like, no, I'm not bringing you this food with an emoji. I'm sure there's some effort in it, and I'll bring it.
Well, I think you probably have to confirm it, but you can send texts from other people's phone numbers. There are those websites where you type it. So if I knew somebody had that, I would just like go to the website and be like pizza.
Just keep pizza. I honestly miss. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. Pizza Hut would Connect. That was my favorite. You sit at your home, you do your Xbox. You're just like pepperoni, sausage.
Wait, did they really do that?
They did.
That's fucking awesome.
It was only on the 360. It was discontinued very quickly.
Yeah, because people probably got out of hand and then canceled it. Like they probably like halfway through. Never mind.
Yeah,
I don't want Legos on it.
That's probably gotta be the.
You gotta download upgrades.
Dude, I miss Pizza Hut. There's no Pizza Huts around here.
There's one in Eureka.
Pacific's is closed.
Pacific? Oh yeah, Pacific does have one.
No, I was just like, what happened?
Pacific does have one. I forget about it. There's an Emos in Pacific now.
Yeah, there is.
They're gonna be opening soon. That's pretty much it.
And
food.
Dude, I love Emos.
This is all. This is the podcast.
And I have people that hate on that shit. Like Emos is good.
I get it if you're not from here to hate on it.
I know people that are from here.
Like Steve, but like it's
fucking Steve.
God damn it,
I do not agree with that. He said that one time. He tried to make the argument. I was like, Steve, no matter what
Why
you
do
say,
they
you're
put
wrong.
Tubbies on a cracker? Oh my god.
Who cares?
Have you ever had thin crust, motherfucker?
Like,
Have you ever had fine dining, you fucks?
if you don't like emos and you're from St. Louis, I don't trust you as a
You need to
person.
get shower slapped to oblivion.
Listen, there's certain people who, you know, they're tightwads. They're like, I don't want to spend $40 on a pizza. But when they see emos, they're like, well, that's worth it.
I'm on the verge of getting an emos tattoo. That is how much I love emos. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm a kid. Like,
you're just gonna be out of town. And you're like, favorite pizza place.
Motherfucker!
You should get an emo tattoo. Emo's tattoo.
Like the guy, but he's like all sad. He's got like hair over here.
It's like the Cure.
It's the guy with the pizza.
Dude, that'd be super. Like people, St. Louis, they'd have to get it and like, oh, that's emos. Oh,
Oh, they got it.
Oh.
Okay, I think we're good for today.
God damn it, Hank! You.
just shower slap that microwave.
Ooh, that was a delay.
Do we have any shoutouts? Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Shane, what's up,
That's
Shane?
the fourth time this episode.
Shout out to
just the usual shoutouts. Us,
Smart Boys.
Smart Boys, Moses, who's doing the outro. We always has.
We love Moses. We love Moses.
Craining Records with Roadhead
Yes.
for the theme song.
Should we give Dancakes a shout out?
I mean, half of them is here right now.
Half of Dancakes is here.
Hey
Cake
guys,
is here.
I just kicked in the door and was like, "What's up?"
We start calling you Cake.
Outside. I don't know if anybody knows this. We do.
He's
We do
Cakes
this
from
whole
Dancakes.
thing
Listen,
outside
I want
near
a
the
girl with
dumpster.
a short skirt and a long jacket.
We do this outside near the dumpster, and he was just leaving his rallies for Mike. And
Yeah.
we
And I
were
was
just
well,
like,
you guys are.
Do I have any
I didn't know the
shoutouts?
smart boys
do you have
were-
any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to Purina. Please hire me.
Yeah, Farina, hire Mike. I don't know the context, but sounds like it should happen.
Shoutouts to Vague Store.
Vague stock. I'm sorry.
You fucked up.
I know.
Fake stuff. You guys.
This guy got trashed.
I got fired.
He got
We'll
trashed.
talk about that off the.
Oh, you can just go and listen.
Autopsy? What?
That's a good band. Huh?
Autopsy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm going to Open Air Festival in Chicago.
Rammstein's.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Do you know that that's my life?
I know. I'm
Are you
aware.
going?
Nah, I can't make it. I mean, I'll try.
I'm excited for it. I'm not huge in that crowd. Oh, that's a thing.
I
On your
thought they
arm.
weren't playing this year.
No,
they're
they're
there.
playing at open air, and then they're going to play in Quebec again. And I'm going to try and go to the Quebec show.
I mean, I'm excited for that amongst. I don't care about Dragon Force, but I want to see them because
They're not good live.
that's why.
But if someone's like, hey, you want to go see Dragon Force?
Well,
and you're like,
obviously, okay, they got Ozzy, Rob Zombie, Megadeth. I know, too mainstream. I want to see Ozzy.
I want Anthrax. I want to see Anthrax.
Slayer. They got Meshuggah there. I want to see them.
we saw them last year.
They also got.
Is Gojira playing again?
Dude, they got Kiss there, and I don't give a fuck about Kiss, but that's a band I want to see live at least once.
Yeah.
Because before one of them breaks their ankles and the
Dies.
others eat them, because that's what happens.
All right.
Kiss is
All right,
kind of
guys.
All right.
Shouts out and shut down.